We are getting some new video from the Israelis who launched a fresh round of strikes into the heart of Tehran this morning, going after a very specific building. Exclusively, an Israeli intelligence official tells Fox News that the building you see blown up here in the Iranian capital was used by the IRGC as a command center during the demonstrations earlier this year as a place to order the crackdown against protesters. This official says that the specific location was used to command the massacring of protesters. Again, though, the Iranians have been responding over the past 24 hours. Overnight, we arrived at a scene of a direct missile impact here in Tel Aviv. A building was completely destroyed, and for blocks there was damage just due to the blast radius from this explosion. One woman was killed in that building. Another woman nearby died running to a shelter. And when you step back here and you look at the amount of air defense that's being used to shoot down these missiles, it's not easy for the Israelis, but so far they have been quite successful. We do know Ali Larijani, the Supreme National Security Council leader in Iran, is threatening to renew strikes on Israel and regional countries, saying that Iran fired missiles at the United States and Israel yesterday, and today we will hit them with a force they have never experienced before. Well, President Trump is hearing those threats directly and warning the Iranian regime to stand down. The president posting to True Social overnight saying Iran just stated that they are going to hit very hard today, harder than they have ever been hit before. They better not do that, however, because if they do, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before. The region waiting to see what comes next. The exchange of fire continues here on the ground, and the majority of the Israeli population, 10 million people, spending most of the day in bomb shelters. Guys?
Trey, obviously nobody has covered this more closely than on the ground than you have. Is there anything, what if anything, have you been surprised by in terms of the response, not necessarily by Iran, but by Iran's allies and proxies?
Well, the Iranians are directly targeting not just Israeli civilian population centers, but also Gulf countries. There is significant damage in Qatar, in the UAE, in Bahrain, Kuwait. And it shows that the Iranians, as Jennifer put it yesterday, really miscalculated their response, because now they are drawing in regional countries that maybe before were hesitant to allow the United States to use their airspace or even possibly directly participate in the strikes against Iran. And so there's a lot of questions on the table about whether or not these countries will get more directly involved. The Emiratis today were warning that they will not tolerate these missile barrages against their countries, and civilians are being injured in these Gulf countries, allies of the United States. And so that is certainly surprising, but when we look at these threats from the Iranian regime, it's almost as if they are not taking President Trump seriously. And we know that the Americans and the Israelis were working together to meticulously plan this operation that started with a series of airstrikes against Iran, decapitating the Iranian leadership. They took out Iran's supreme leader and 40-plus senior officials in the Iranian regime and the IRGC, and yet still you have leaders like Ali Larijani from Iran's Supreme Council that are saying they're going to hit Israel and the United States even harder. And so this tough talk doesn't last long. We saw similar statements from Iran's supreme leader. He's now dead.